I thought my photobioreactors for phytoplankton weren't working enough, like they were getting brighter and brighter. Whether it was chlorella or regular green water, those bubbles were like in the middle of length, because they have like 50 centimeters tube, so regular air pumps weren't able to push it so far and keep up with all other tanks. So yeah, but I figured out to add in here power heads, and in that this is chlorella and this is as well. Both were like mixed and started on at the same day a few days ago, but this one had actually fertilizer additional, and this one like just regular water probably. In here right now is aquarium small filter, just a power head without sponge, and in here is like regular green water. I've turned on power head a few minutes ago, so it's took out from bottom lot of density. It's really dark green. I'm not sure even if it's alive, since it was so long on bottom. In here you can see without power head that there is as well some chlorella at bottom, and those are my like backup cultures of chlorella. You can see some stagnation without any air bubble, any additional movement. A lot of chlorella is building up on bottom and some of on top. In here is like ironstone, which isn't like giving a lot of movement, and I will just stir it out to prove that there is a lot of chlorella. It's looking quite green. People mention on videos that they are stirring up like once a day probably, or something like that, chlorella, probably to prevent such a thing. I'm not sure how long it will be now floating without stirring up. Is it like a few hours or minutes or whatever? Definitely I'm not gonna stir up all containers just to do so. I've purchased like 4 used one power heads. Aquel Pad Mini. Actually I've removed bracket from it. It uses only 4 watts energy, so it's like a really economic solution. And I already had 2 of those in my possession, like one in barrel for water change, just to drive water to that UV sterilizer, so it's like even pushing water column above barrel for 30 centimeters or so. In here I don't need such a power, but for me it's important that it's using low, only 4 watts per each tube. Only for me is that in that bottle I don't see a lot of buildup of green algae, phytoplankton on bottom, comparing to this tube, but as well it wasn't like set up as long as that tube. I will just, like I said, put in here that additional power head. Later I am gonna just grab that cord and tight it like in here with some rubber, but for now it's really light. I'm just gonna plug it in, wait for it, better angle, yeah, and it's on. those filters are used ones, so maybe they aren't starting from the beginning. Like, I've had some problems with them. Oh, that's lame. I have to dismount him. Wait a minute. On power heads itself, it's had some regulation. I just switched it up on different position. Maybe it was set to minimum. No, it still doesn't work. I'm not eager to dismount it, but probably will have to, as it's only shaking and not pushing. Okay, wait again. Yeah, I've cleaned it up and it should this time work. So I'm connecting it up right now. You can clearly see that green has appeared on this level. It's having hard time to go above. But eventually, yeah, it's mixing properly. So I'm really glad that I've boosted up those photobioreactors with additional power heads in each tab tube. And by the way, those are glass flower vases because they were really cheap comparing to different options. Probably that bottles are easier to maintain without power heads, maybe because they are not so in such a high water column, then probably that Photobioreactor got easier to float. Normally I've got in here some bubbles, but right now it's connected this baby ramship hatchery. So I've borrowed that tube for that moment. I will have to probably reconfigure valves, like add additional few of them in here to fully support side projects, I guess. So yeah, I really wanted to turn it on using sorry for that angle. I really wanted to turn on last power head with on video, and those two previous without video, because I was checking if it's actually the case, that it is. I'm not sure, like I said, is it a really proper one, is it stinking or not, because with similar situation I had in small bottle taken down, like before it was chlorella in here, it was green algae, like regular, spontaneously shown up on tank and cultivated. So I was removing it and pouring into some bottle, and it was really stinking, at least after a few days. So if anybody think about some simple solution, I think now it is good to recommend, even if it's got like a small capacity, like 1 gallon or so. I like in it that it's low light LED strip, but that tube is really small, so light is coming through whole height and width. So for me that light is like perfect. At least now when I've got actual power, I had to move it around. Yeah, thanks for watching. I probably will send some updates in future with those photobioreactors. Probably I shouldn't have them so close to not mix those cultures. Yeah, but even if that would be like changed, I don't really mind, because this one is the farther away, so the less chances are to mix it. And I have a backup colonies, so backup tabs. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm planning like Hedgemonia. I've already got some prime shrimps and rotifers, so I'm happy to have better photobioreactors for feeding those guys, as this for Monia and prime shrimp doesn't seem to be a good option, as it may crush colonies. Yeah, I've already said too much. Thank you, bye.